if you fall into the trap of giving up necessarily, or just like not wanting to continue on what you're doing, just remember that you could open a door tomorrow that literally changes your entire life. You could meet someone within the next fucking 30 minutes if you go out that literally gives you an opportunity that could substantially literally change your life forever. So it's like, keep that in mind versus all of the negatives. Because honestly, as a creative, I feel like I've just been in this weird rut for like the past 2 to 3 years almost. But I think I'm finally coming to conclusion that there's nothing wrong with it, and that it's okay to be going through these things and feeling these specific emotions. Because I know for a fact that something fucking amazing is about to come. Something amazing is building its way up. And like, no matter how bad things get, there's always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. And I think we just need to keep pushing for that light to come. I don't know what the fuck my intro is going to be, or if I ever will have one. I think I'm just going to like say some random shit every time until something sticks. But you know, we're going to definitely get the coffee sip in there. Yeah. So, the little sequence before this one was a little kind of like short little thing I filmed the other night. I got bored as fuck. And I was just like in this state. Like sometimes I just get in this little state where I just feel like bummed out about my like my creations and just like making content in general. Whoa, okay. Sorry, big ass bug flew. But just making content in general, sometimes it just gets like really frustrating for me. I feel like just because I just honestly am at a point where I need to just make content for me. And I know this form of content is what I want to be creating. I just really kind of base my content creation around what other people like and what other people fuck with and like what's getting views on social media and this and that. And I honestly just need to get out of this state of worrying about other people's opinions or like basing my content fully around other people's shit, because honestly I know the type of content I want to create and I know like I just have to make the effort for it, but I just always find myself trying to get views, trying to gain a following, trying to grow my following. But it's like, if I really sat down and just focused on my own shit, I know for a fact that that all that shit would come. I just need to like alter my perspective or like really just hop off of social media for a while, because honestly I think that's like my biggest downfall and why I've been in such a creative rut. And I think this is kind of, this video is gonna be like me explaining my side of the creative rut and all that. So honestly, for the last like 2 to 3 years, as a creative, I've just been in this state of like not appreciating my own work and not really exactly fucking with what I'm doing. And I really do genuinely think it's mainly just because of social media and the perspective that's put within us about social media. Because it's like, we'll sit there and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll non-fucking stop, and it gets to the point of like, do I even like enjoy making my own content anymore? And I think it's just mainly because of how much we scroll and like how much instant gratification runs our society at this point. And I feel like it's honestly been the main benefactor that has making my rut just continue on. Just when you get in that mental state, you just have to really sit down and just kind of really like observe everything around you and just realize like the little things that you have in this life, and that aren't even little. Like, you gotta think, you get so down about creating content and all this, but it's just like, you're here. Did you forget you're like living this fucking life that's pretty much impossible to be living? Like, if you really think about the chances of all of us being here, the fact that you're breathing, the fact that you're healthy, the fact that you can fucking go out and do the things you want to do. Sometimes I think we lose such a perspective upon all of those things that like, we just have to really stop and just think. and just really appreciate what is genuinely around us versus just worrying about if we're gonna get likes, worrying about if we're gonna get comments, worrying about if someone's gonna support you. Bro, support yourself. Genuinely make that support system for you and watch how astronomically you will grow. Because it's so important to just really sit down and do what you truly enjoy doing and make what you truly enjoy making instead of just following trending audios, following trending videos, following these things that are doing well on platforms. Because it's like, what if you made your own? What, like, you gotta think, those people that like are doing all those things and started those things, imagine if you really made the effort to start your own things and making content around things that you truthfully like just love. And I think that's what I'm coming to realize so much, is that no matter how much of a rut you are in, like I said in that little short, there's always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. And I think it's time that we start focusing on that light instead of what's already been lit up, and focus on the things that truly matter to us, other than all that bullshit and all the trending shit that's happening. Because none of it, honestly, at the end of the day, none of it matters. It's all trending. It's all gonna go from trending to not trending, and like that's just the way social media works. And it's like, what if you put that focus on you? What if you really started buckling down on your own content and just pushing what makes you happy instead of trying to not even necessarily make everyone else happy, but just like impressing people, bro? Shit doesn't matter. Genuinely, none of it matters at all. So I think the moral of this whole little video is just that you do the things that make you happy. Do the things that are on your mind that you've always wanted to accomplish, but feel like there's a wall in between you and that thing just because of social media and social media standards. It doesn't matter if your shit's not getting likes, it's not getting comments. Because at the end of the day, if you really keep going and you keep trying and trying and trying, you are going to build a community, whether that's a small or large community, that genuinely resonates with your things to an extent that they actually appreciate them, versus just watching them and scrolling past them. You're gonna have people that actually care about the content you are creating versus just being there just to watch and just to, sure, maybe appreciate it for what it is, but not really resonating with it to an extent that actually impacts them. So I think it's just realizing that sometimes you need to go through these things. Sometimes you need to feel like there's no light. Like sometimes it's okay to feel specific things, because at the end of the day, if you really want something bad enough, you're not gonna stop. You're not gonna just give up. You're gonna continue to open those doors, turn those corners, cross the paths that will make you into the person you want to be, into the content creator you would rather be, versus just trying to follow in everyone else's footsteps. Just keep opening doors, keep turning those corners, and just keep walking across paths that sometimes maybe do feel uncomfortable. Sometimes they do not feel like the greatest things to cross over, just because it's like, oh, okay, nobody's really gonna fuck with my shit. But it doesn't matter who fucks with your shit. As long as you, as your person, likes the content you're creating, it's all that matters at the end of the day, bro. So just keep pushing for you.